Are you still there? Please don't rush. Like, no one, this is the least professional thing you've ever done. Being friends with me is the least
I
professional
don't know
thing you've
about
ever
that,
done.
man. I've done some pretty unprofessional things
I
in
behave
my
fairly
life.
unprofessionally. Yeah, coffee is cool. I'm way into coffee.
We're just chilling and shooting shit. The shooting. We're just shooting tonight.
What do
Bang,
you where do you think that expression comes from? Shooting the shit.
Probably something to do with cowboys.
Oh, do they shoot like the turds on the ground while they're having while they have their conversation about
it seems like
being
a reasonable
cowboys?
it seems like a reasonable sharpshooty type thing to do. Like, hey, look at how good my accuracy is.
Let's hang around and shoot the shit. So I probably did it. Well, we talked about the Umbrella Academy a little bit.
Yes.
Have you seen The Boys?
I have not. I've been told good things about it, though, to the point where I actually do want to watch it. I was like on the fence, and I was like, but
I think we'll convince you to watch it tonight.
I will be even more convinced that I need to watch it.
Hello.
Hello.
Yo, by the way, check out my very fine Jeremy Jowls emote. Look at that emote.
Jeremy Jowls, a king forever.
Jeremy Jowls.
Jeremy motherfucking Jowls.
So I'm real high. I'm sorry that that's been the case lately.
Lately? Is lately meaning the last 3 years?
Well, for a while when I was starting to get organized a little bit, I was like not smoking. But
I'm sorry.
For a little while, yeah, I've been a little less. I feel like it's easier for people to deal with me when I can like think correctly.
I don't know.
I don't know about that.
Well, so Orphan is a video game that we should play together.
Yeah?
Yes, it is.
We can do it either. Well, I mean, we talked about doing it on a Tuesday or Thursday and me recording it on YouTube. Recording it, streaming it on YouTube and recording that. And I would still like to do that. But if there's like, if you want to do a co-morning stream, like I don't want to ask you to sacrifice your morning stream so it could be. But if you need something, let me put it this way. If you need something to talk about one day tomorrow morning, you could talk about me playing Orphan.
One day tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow.
That's for one day.
One morning next tomorrow week.
Yeah, sure. I'll think about it.
Because
what I want to do.
Yeah. Because, you know, I mean, I was sort of like, yeah, because I was talking about why I wanted to do it on YouTube and stuff, but that was sort of what I was DMing you about, is that we could definitely like do some of it on Twitch and do some of it here and there and whenever you feel like hanging out and talking about Orphan.
Well, what exactly is Orphan?
Orphan is a PS2 RPG.
It was a PS2 launch title.
Oh, why don't you tell us a little bit about Orphan? Because you are the first suggestion of any PS2 game was this game from T1BG.
Well, it's a RPG based on an anime series. So it's wacky as hell. It has one of the most bizarre combat systems I've ever seen. And that there are parts that completely make sense and parts that make no sense at all.
I feel like I've heard people say this about Orphan other than you. I feel like it has this reputation.
It has a reputation of being like bizarre, like forward thinking, but also like one of the most regressive things I've ever seen. It's very anime. The combat system, it's turn based, but you kind of have to like time your attacks. Like you have to like hold it and has to hit, and most of your moves have to hit within sort of this field to hit enemies. It's very weird. It's very weird.
Okay, I mean, like golf? Is that? It almost sounds like you're talking about.
Like when you do an attack, you have like this little like ring, that little like growing circle.
Okay.
And where you can hit your enemies, and you have to like time it to like hit your enemies. You have no control of where the circle is. You can control what thing you want to target, but where the circle is kind of whatever. Sometimes it's not in a consistent place, and you can't really choose where it is.
Awesome. Well, I'll tell you what, I look forward to checking this out. Yeah, I mean, obviously I don't want to, well, we'll talk again. But
we will talk again.
That was one
That's
of the
it, we're
things.
done for now.
That's it, we're done for now. That was one of the things that we talked about. But yeah, I want to do that. I want to do let's play style type shit. So yeah. Everyone, thank you so much for joining me. Sorry, Atheist.
Hanging out with people, talking,
Yeah,
that kind of shit, doing let's plays.
Let's do, yeah. What should we do? Well, you and me should. I mean, I will definitely continue doing 11 Exit or any kind of Mario stuff that you like to do. But if you think there's something else fun, we could also do some. Well, I was talking to Midori about doing some Donkey Kong.
Oh yeah.
What am I looking for over here? Oh, get this out of my Dominion. Exit PlayStation
Some
now.
speedrunning.
But I'm into getting good at 11 Exits. So yeah, you guys can feel free to use your cams or not. I've got everyone on the stream. Right now I'm gonna do the thing that makes... What's the thing that's like, don't show people who are not... Show non-video participants. There we go, look, it's me. And anyone that feels like joining can do so. So thank you all. You are all people that, when I spoke to you individually, had opinions about mainly the boys, although me and Toronto really like the Umbrella Academy. And yeah, anyone viewing, Fickle Pickles, Celtic, Toxic, everyone, thank you so much. And this is People Still Talk in 2020. I'm still messing around with the layout and stuff, so but thanks for being here and watching me play Vampire. And yeah, Chaos and Toronto are either on the way or doing whatever. So yeah, what's up? We're gonna do an Orphan Let's Play.
I also have many feelings for Umbrella Academy. However, I still haven't gotten through the first season.
Yeah, Fickle Pickle Pie was saying that he did not care for the Celtic rose, beautiful green. There's a cursed rose in what's that goddamn game called? How did I end up playing an RPG? That's what it's called.
Yes. I did warn you that it was it was an RPG with enjoyable grinding. I will say, in my defense, it has an ending. So it's not as bad as WoW.
Yeah, that's
Wow.
fair. Yeah. What's up, Toronto?
I got like 10 hours across Monday and Tuesday of work and managed to basically hit my 40 in because of the last 3 days. So that's how I.
That sounds. It sounds like it might be good. Is that good? Hey,
Mind hitting my hours.
what's up, T1BG? I don't think we can hear you.
Because I was muted, but now I'm not.
Right. All right. What's up, everybody? So, the first thing I kind of want to go over is what everyone has seen, because Toronto and Chaos, are you guys still not watching any of the second season of The Boys?
We haven't had the time to sit down and look at it yet.
Okay. So me and T1BG have watched all of what is available so far. Oh man,
Yep,
there's
I
a
am
new
very
episode
current.
today.
Yeah,
Did you watch an episode today? I did not.
I did. So
I'll watch it
I'm
later.
the most current.
You are the most current. Congratulations. I wish I had like a medal to give you.
I'm the least current. I've watched none of it.
You have Atheist Man has not seen The Boys at all. That's okay. So we're not going to go.
You should watch it. It's pretty perfect.
Why should he watch
Alright.
it?
If you like any kind of superhero, but not like just the happily ever after, I am Superman and I am King Boss, but without it necessarily being too gritty, like not the stupid gritty reboots. Like you want that like middle ground where it's realistic, then watch The Boys.
Okay.
If you want a superhero show with more commentary than Good Guys Good, watch The Boys. It has a lot to say about religion, politics, advertising, media, the self.
And do a good job of navigating the racist and sexist line that superheroes don't really tend to look at very often. They navigate
Yes.
that well too.
Interesting. What's that one?
Yes.
I'm trying to think of a story. It's kind of a fanfic. I think it's called Weaver. Hold on.
Okay.
Looking up fanfics during the superhero show.
So
Gold.
It is a super.
Yeah.
It is a superhero fanfic is the thing, and it's not really a fanfic because it's not like of a superhero, like even a world. It's just like it. I don't really know how to describe it.
So I think while he's noodling over that, I think that a good not a rule per se, but a good agreement would be let's not try too hard to spoil anything in season 2 of The Boys or the Umbrella Academy.
Do we have people who haven't seen season 2 of Umbrella Academy here then?
T1BG,
Yes.
have you seen any of the Umbrella Academy?
I've seen the whole first episode of Umbrella Academy before I decided I didn't want to watch it anymore.
Why should he watch the Umbrella Academy, Toronto?
Oh, so many reasons. It's
Keep in mind that
I
I've
like
watched the first
class.
episode and did not like it very much at all.
I guess the first question I've got then is, what did you not like about the first episode? Because that will help.
Yeah,
give
Fickle
you
Pickle
information
Pie
about-
didn't like this
Okay,
show.
what I didn't like about the first episode was its very weird tonal shifts. It scene to scene, it's like they just had emotions on a dartboard and just went, okay, this is the one for this scene.
Okay, see that I get where you're coming from with that.
I kind of
and
feel that, yeah.
I agree that it is definitely a thing. For me, though, it worked really well in that because where the show, especially the first episode, like I think the first episode or two, was about character building and world building and what's happening in this, this universe. I mean, you've got this family who's torn apart, who is coming together because their fathers just died, and they've had this really, really wickedly awful childhood where some of them took to it more than others, and they've got this dynamic that they're developing because of that, like having that emotional range. If you've just lost a close family member, you're not necessarily just hitting one emotion. And in a group of 8 people, they aren't going to all be hitting one emotion. Yeah, I think for me, like, that's what really worked with it, is the fact that it felt like it hit that I don't know what to do with myself mentality nicely for I've just lost someone who's very close to me in family type situation.
I mean, I can see that. I just personally, to me, just like, and most of the tonal shifts really came in the form of the flashbacks. A lot of the flashbacks just go, well, it's time to be the opposite of the previous scene.
Sure.
Yeah, I feel that too. That makes sense.
A lot kind of, you know what? And I watched the first episode of that and then didn't watch it again until Toronto told me to.
Yeah, I've rewatched through the first episode a few times now. I've been meaning to sit down and rewatch through both The Boys and Umbrella Academy from episode 1 right through. I like it. I find that, again, that tonal shift, that constant changing and like juggling act that they're doing, I really like how that feels within the context of that show and the storyline within Umbrella Academy. I really like how they've done their character development and, you know, characterization of each person, and they all feel very unique and very interesting to me, and how the dynamic, it works really well. I also love Ellen Page, and she's just phenomenal in it, and just she hits all the right notes.
She's a great actress for sure.
Yeah,
I definitely enjoyed her in the show from what I saw.
Yeah, no, she does a very good job. I don't have a lot of negative about the show, but I can understand where people would have negative going into it, if that makes sense.
Sure.
I mean, my thing is, like, I love all of the characters, and I honestly don't care what they do as long as they're all part of the show.
I like Klaus.
That's all that. Klaus is the best. Oh, man.
I feel like it was hard to get into. I feel like it throws a lot of, and it's like, it's one of those shows where so much of it is backstory. Mm-hmm. Like, obviously it's happening at the end of this whole, you know, the guy's dead.
It's a lot of flashbacks.
It is. It's a lot of, it's very story driven to get you to where we are now, and then story drive from there.
It's weird that it kind of like, maybe it's not weird, but the second season has a lot of very different. I got to rewatch the first season as well, because the second season does have a lot of my ghost, my fucking the purple and the pink and green ghost of my webcam is like trying to appear. I keep seeing it. I don't know if it's like that on stream normally, but yeah. Anyway, I don't mean to distract you, but yeah, we've agreed on where is Chaos here?
I don't know what he's doing.
Semi here, yeah.
Oh, hi. Oh, how are you doing?
It's Friday, right?
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you a lot about this particular Friday.
It's just been a very, very long week.
So you guys have not seen season 2 of The Boys, which I guess is good for now. But
But yeah, when you guys were talking about like politics and like grimdark, superhuman stuff, like that right there, it's called Worm, Close
Yes.
Weaver Worm, whatever. But
You were
it's
close.
probably it's a full book. It's a web series, but it's like probably 1,500 pages or so. So it's really good, and it's
1,500 pages is a lot of like
it's
internet
yeah.
pages.
There are book franchises that aren't that long.
I don't know how we're counting the pages, but 1,500 is a lot of them.
No, like actual like book print pages, I would say. But it's got
That's
a lot
so
of that
many
like
pages.
grimdark, but also like who's the villain and who's the hero. Like the main character is a girl who wanted to be a superhero and they turned her down, so she became a villain. Quote unquote villain. She refuses to like hurt anyone, and she's like always make sure that like the town doesn't get like destroyed.
That's
Like
a
a
good
lot
thing
of
to- yeah.
economics in it too, not just like it's not a Superman thing where, oh, he's saved the city even though half of it is destroyed and we're just going to ignore that. Like,
It's only half the city. It's fine.
Really, I mean, the city was
the
pretty
other
big.
half is safe.
This link is posted in chat just a moment ago. What Atheist is talking about. What are you guys eating for dinner? Have you
We
eaten
had
dinner?
lasagna.
I know we didn't agree to any kind of dinner date thing tonight. Maybe we all will in the future. It's
We had
lunch
lasagna
I'm eating
tomorrow.
for
turkey
some
right
of
now.
us. What are
Beef
you,
Wellington.
I have a chocolate milkshake.
that's pretty all right.
Man,
Yeah,
I
that
will
sounds
trade
pretty
you.
great.
I will give you some jerky and take some of your shake.
You're eating beef jerky. When's the beef Wellington?
Beef Wellington is tomorrow.
In theory.
I'm eating my favorite meal as of late, which is
Tater tots.
yo. Thank you for the host. Which is Sour Patch Kids and Takis. What
Nope.
Perfect.
Stop right there.
The same,
Stop it right
same-
now.
Same mouthful. This is my favorite meal as of late.
That sounds disgusting.
I'm
I
sorry
don't even
for
know
your
what
mouth.
a taki is.
Are those like the those aren't the Mexican Takis, those are the chips
They're
Takis,
chips.
right?
Yeah.
So I was gonna say you're not putting that in your mouth at the same time, I guarantee that.
They're corn chips rolled into a tube with spicy powder all over them. Thank you for those.
Yeah, someone did it, and then it reminded me that I probably should too.
It's very nice of you guys. And yeah, I think everyone that I have had come on the show and talk to, we always end up kind of talking a little bit about. I think this is what the whole plan really is, me coming up with reasons to get you guys to come here to talk to me, so I can like try to scrape you for content, so that we can talk about content
Yeah,
creation.
scrape me, daddy.
Because we are riveting content.
Yeah. So
Scrape and lick. Blah, blah, blah.
definitely, obviously, one of the Friday things. Maybe someday we will all agree. Man, beef Wellington. What if we all made beef? We don't have to all make the same thing to have a dinner party.
We don't, but also you aren't going to
True.
want to make beef Wellington considering you complained about crepes.
Beef
'Cause the
Wellington
crepes
is a
were
pain in
hard.
the butt.
Yeah.
Beef Wellington is a multi-stage process.
It should start with you making your own homemade puff pastry the night before.
Don't
And
make your own.
that takes
don't.
like 8 hours.
Don't do that.
It takes a
Go
long
buy
time.
it from the store, for the love of God.
Chaos did that the first time we did it because when I quit smoking, he was allowing me to make outrageous demands for like after each month end to keep going kind of thing. And yeah, he made homemade puff pastry and then did beef Wellington with that.
So I definitely. Is there anything else you would like to say about this gigantic book called Worm, Atheist Man? We can keep this link around if anyone is interested in it.
Yes. Definitely. We can throw it in the Discord somewhere.
I find myself trying to find.
I've been wanting to reread it anyways.
Trying to find an old RPG that was based in like a not so distant future post-war situation where superheroes were created by the
Oh,
world
wow.
governments
Yeah.
to fight each other, and they all had horrifying drawbacks. Like any power worth speaking of, it'd be like, yeah, regeneration, but you must eat at least 6 pounds of human flesh a week.
Oh wow. Was that Freak Legion, A Player's Guide to Femorai?
Gonna go with no. It was straight up a superhero game. My brain keeps wanting to say A Brave New World, but that's not it.
You told me a story about a man with exploding claws that would claw people,
that
and
would
then
have
his
been-
claws would explode.
Aberrant. That's a
Yeah,
White
that's
Wolf
not what you're
game
talking
where-
about?
Yeah, no, different
Exploding
one
Cloud
completely.
makes me think of Shadowrun.
Good old Shadow.
Aberrant is what you
Shadowrun
were
is
talking
fun.
about.
Aberrant
Shadowrun
is what I
rules.
was talking about. Aberrant is set in a world where superheroes come to the fore in the 90s, and I think it's 8 years later, all major world problems have been solved, except superheroes.
Think like The Boys. Think like The Boys. It's very
Yeah,
similar to The
basically.
Boys.
Yeah. Very on topic.
Very, very conspiratorial. There's a lot going on that isn't obvious. There's several superheroes that are just like, I'm gonna play golf.
Super golf?
Well, no, he's just gonna play a perfect game every time because no one can stop him. And he makes a mockery of sport because it makes him laugh.
Chaos, who
Takes
do you
a
think
sport of mockery.
who do you think the most interesting character on The Boys is? I'm gonna ask everyone
That
that,
is-
so start thinking.
That's a vaguely interesting question. The Batman, not quite the Batman guy, the guy who's clearly super and brooding and never talks.
Oh,
There's something going on there.
Black Noir.
Black Noir.
Black-
Yeah, the one who's basically Zero from Borderlands. That guy.
Oh man.
I don't know about interesting.
See, all you had to
but
say, all you
hell?
had to say to get me to watch it tonight is Zero from Borderlands is in there. I'd have been like, done. I'm in. I need nothing else.
It's really
it would
good.
be even better if you could say Mordecai is in there, because then I would be like, all right, later, guys. I'm gonna go watch it now.
Mordecai,
Probably
sorry.
is somewhere in there.
That's the dude with the hawk and the sniper rifle, right?
Yes.
Thinking.
Get him, Bloodwing.
Man, there really is some interesting stuff that goes on in the second season with every character.
Yeah, I can't wait to sit down and watch it, but
I really should have you know what I did? I forgot that you told me that you weren't watching it. I remember talking to you about it, and I knew T1BG was interested in it, and I was like,
Mhm.
let's all talk about The Boys. And I totally forgot that you told me that you weren't watching season 2.
yeah, no, it's on my list of things to get to, and I'm pretty sure most of it's out at this point, if not all out. But at the same time as that's come out, like I've got like
I
the
don't
Good
think
Place
the whole season is not out, is it?
Is it? I don't know. It should be.
There is one more episode next week coming out for The Boys
Ooh,
season
boy.
2.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's almost done. The Good Place season 4 is out. A couple of the
that
Netflix.
show's really good.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet. I've been only watching it on Netflix, so it just dropped like 2 days ago.
Oh, cool.
And I think there's a couple of the Netflix shows that like just dropped like today too. So I just have a bunch of television and no time.
Conundrums.
It's nice to
Yeah.
have a lot of TV stacked up. I have a lot of time and no television. Although lately I haven't really been as... I used to watch a lot more television. I guess. I'm not sure if that sentence was ever going anywhere.
I
Part
used
of,
to do a lot more of everything,
I
but
used-
now I work for a living.
well, like that's part of the problem. When I was in school, I would sit down and put like Netflix on and then do my homework with it in the background quite frequently and be able to just zone in. And that's not so much of an option now because work's got me out in the field. I'm not at the house very often.
All right, so Fickle Pickle Pie did not care greatly for the Umbrella Academy, and he watched all of season 1. What would any of you guys tell him? What makes The Boys really different and worth watching in all of the mess of superhero stuff? It's almost not even. It's so weird that it really is a superhero show because it's the total opposite of everything traditionally. Everything traditionally thematic about a superhero show.
Yeah, it's a superhero show if you hate superhero shows.
If you're so fucking sick of it, that's honestly what it is. If you're so sick of Disney,
Yeah, sure thing. Tony Stark would totally be a humanitarian. Sure. You want to bet?
What? Who?
Tony Stark, as a quick example off the top, like this multi-bazillionaire has a traumatic event and a sudden change of heart. It's like,
Oh, Tony
no,
Stark.
no, he
Yeah.
didn't. He doubled down. What are
Hi,
you
Flame
talking
Strat.
about?
Look at my kitten. Toronto, who do you think is the most interesting character on The Boys?
I like Billy Butcher a lot, but I mean, it's Carl Urban, and the man can
I like
outact
Billy
most of
Butcher.
Hollywood with just his mouth.
Carl Urban rules so much. He was the Doom guy.
Judge Dredd.
He was the Dredd guy. He was Judge Dredd
Dude,
when
that
they kept his
movie
hat
is
on.
so good.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't
I still
think
need to watch
anyone
that one.
knows. Yeah.
Again, like I said, he can outact most of Hollywood with just his mouth. They kept the hat on, and he had more emotion in what he did with his jaw and mouth as Judge Dredd than most actors in Hollywood do today in general.
Pleased that they lampshaded that a few times too, where it's like, no, you do not take your helmet off in field regulation, blah 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 blah, and he just be all like, don't take off your damn helmet.
Yeah, it was good.
Brooding anger, brooding anger.
It's got Cersei Lannister in it.
She
And a
was
weird
really
slow-mo
good,
drug.
actually. In
And the slow-mo
in that.
drug. Yeah. She's the slow-mo drug dealer. I'm into the slow-mo drug. She makes a guy take the slow-mo drug and then throws him off the balcony. So he dies falling to his death in slow motion. What a mean lady.
Yeah, no, excellent movie. Heartily recommend it. If you haven't seen it yet, stop watching us and go watch that.
Yeah.
I mean,
That-
you
that
can
movie's
watch both.
good.
If you have the option, you can watch both.
Yes.
Yeah, that's true.
Just put us in the background. It's fine.
Watching both is always better.
You guys, someone come out of Jumanji? Are you guys talking about Jumanji in chat?
Wait, are we
That-
talking
that
old
would be the
Jumanji
reference
or
I
new
was making.
Jumanji?
Old
Um,
Jumanji.
Okay.
Because Flame
New
said,
Jumanji
I
is
definitely had
pretty
that, what
good.
year is it feeling? And I was like, Jumanji.
What year is it?
I don't know.
Like mid 90s. I don't know.
No. I think that
God, I wish. Then we wouldn't have so many horrible superhero movies.
I'm pretty
It
sure
came out
that
in 1995.
Hold on, the mid '90s were rife with awful superhero movies. That was like the heyday before they got good.
They were cheesy, but they weren't like.
I
I don't know.
I mean, are we talking about like X-Men and Spider-Man, or what was before that? Oh, I guess there were those Batman movies.
How
Batman
about the old
Forever.
Hulk movie?
Was there an old Hulk movie?
The one with Eric Bana, or
That
the one?
was,
Oh, I mean that was
Wasn't that in the
was
2000s,
surely
though?
in the 2000s.
No, I'm pretty sure. Was it in 2000? I thought it was late '90s.
I mean, I think the
'Cause-
first X-Men movie was like 99.
because that one was when I was in high school. I know that for a fact. That was my very first drive-in movie.
The Hulk?
Worst movie to go to a drive-in for. I'll tell you that.
It
Yeah, no. Apparently, it was 2003.
Yep, Ang Lee.
Wow.
Hey, did it have Jennifer?
They got Ang Lee. They got
Connelly in
Crouching
it?
Tiger, Hidden Dragon Man.
They
to
even had
direct
it
a Hulk
written
film.
by.
How
They had
is
it
that
written by Stan
possible?
Lee and Jack Kirby as well. Like that's the worst part of it, though.
It's a bad movie. It
It
got
is.
Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon Man. Wow. Wow.
Oh man, that's a
the-
slap in the old right there.
The Takis and the Sour
Mhm.
Patch Kids and the Pepsi are really
Yeah,
brewing
you're
something.
regretting it now, aren't you, boy?
I'm still fucking munching them. T1BG.
Yes.
Who do you think the most interesting character on The Boys is?
Most interesting character on The Boys is Homelander. Mainly
Oh.
for reasons in season 2 I
Mm.
can't talk about.
Yeah, I was
I
gonna
think-
say like he was pretty not entertaining or interesting or anything at all.
He
in the first season.
definitely has a lot going on that makes his character debatably the most interesting at this point in the show. In season 2, it's so worth. Honestly, I think that season 1 really had to happen for season 2 to go some places. And that's what I'll say about that.
We might even have to meet up like this again and talk about season 2 at some point.
Yes.
Give me a couple
Homelander,
months, but I'd be down for that.
Man,
couple of months. Yeah, cool. We'll do a
He's-
spoiler
yeah.
cast or something.
there's something real. That guy's a fucked up individual. That guy's
Yeah.
got problems.
I think Homelander definitely has the most going on. It feels like some characters, I won't spoil who or why, but some characters really are sort of turning their wheels in season 2. Like, okay, you've got nothing left to say or do. But Homelander gained so much to do.
He's such a bastard.
I mean, he's a complete piece of trash, but
They
he's like
gotta
an
do something
interesting
about
piece
him.
of trash.
I can't wait to see who finally fucks him up. Shit's getting worse in the second season. Everything's worse for all of the characters. That's kind of probably how the second season should go.
Yeah.
I don't know.
If you would ask me who my favorite character in season 1 is, I probably would have said prior to season 2, because the Homelander, mostly I say that he's my favorite character in the show because of season 2. But prior to that, I mean, the Butcher, obviously. It's a very interesting character.
I like him a
He's
lot
like
also
edgy
because
Batman.
edgy Batman.
If there's such a thing. He's
I was
edgy
gonna
Batman.
say, isn't that?
didn't
I've
Batman
heard some
invent
things.
edge lordery?
Yes, pretty much. I was gonna say that I've heard the comedian and the butcher be compared fairly equivalently.
Oh no way!
Yeah, I could see that.
Really?
There are like
comedian's a piece
some
of shit.
elements, but
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I feel like
Butcher is also a bit of an asshole. You have to admit that, firstly. And secondly,
Yeah,
people are
sure.
going to see a tough male character who's a bit on the broader and fisticuffs, not really powerful, but just fisticuffy. And they're going to put them as the same person. It's just the people aren't going to see anything of the depth.
He's a little bit.
Is he not?
Butcher's a little on the murdery side, but I mean, the Butcher. I mean, Jesus, the comedian was
Is-
like a fucking monster.
Yeah, I agree. And that's what I'm saying. Like, people aren't going to look at the in-depth. They look very surface when they're making a lot of these comparisons in general. So
All
I can
right.
see where people
So is he not-
people come from. Not that I agree necessarily.
So is he not like super cynical and like just hates the whole superhero business?
He doesn't like superheroes, but he comes from a really good background for it. He's got
Okay.
reasoning. Versus with the comedian, I don't feel like the comedian really had a reason for it.
The
He
comedian was
a dick.
just
That's
cynical.
fair. That's-
Yeah.
Yeah, that's totally fair. Like it was kind of just the typical cynical war hero thing where he just figured fuck it all because war is terrible.
Yeah, that was
Basically,
that was the
that was a
impression
comedian.
War is terrible, but hilarious. No one can win. This is stupid. Ha 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 ha.
Yes. So I'm glad there's more depth to it, but yeah, that's the kind of character that I like as well. The whole cynical, I hate everything to do with this, but it needs to be done.
Sorry, I'm Takis in my mouth.
You're fine. I'm eating my jerky, so
Yeah, so maybe sometime there will be a planned dinner, maybe something like that. We'll all have dinner together, and then we'll all be eating and just chewing into our microphones.
I'd be down for it. It's not the first time I've done a mukbang on stream.
I feel like there were a few other things I was going to ask you guys about content and about making stuff with me, but then I got high. How is everyone?
Excellent.
How is everyone's content doing? Who's making content?
Yes, and I've been playing almost nothing but Among Us of late because I have a problem. And
I've
so does
noticed.
he.
Have you gotten any good at it?
Sweetie, I started good.
honey, I
started
was
sus.
always good. I came out of the womb good. Okay.
Sorry, Toronto, you live a life of sus. There's no way.
I am the most sus, but I am still really good at it.
I really should.
No, actually, Chaos and I have talked about that. Whereas, like, we'll get into a game. He will not be the murderer. I will be, and I will win, and he won't because he gets voted off first. And he's not doing anything suspicious. But they're
He's
like, no,
always very
clearly,
suspicious. He always has more to say
Yeah.
than he needs to say. He's always like, he behaves suspiciously, I think, by his nature. And I'm only saying this after watching you guys stream this game a little bit.
Well, because I'm all like, I would like to discuss this like rational people.
That's
They're
what,
like,
yeah, you
cool,
say that, and
cool,
everyone
yeah.
immediately is like, I'm not reading
Yeah,
that. Vote
let's
him
have
off.
a discussion, guys. You want to discuss because you're pretty sus, huh?
Yeah, right.
Pretty sus, huh? Catch this vote, sus boy.
yeah, basically. Whereas, like, I'll get called out for it and then argue my way out of it constantly, and I should die probably about like, I'd say about twice as often as I do. But people listen to me for some reason, and we don't know why.
I really hope my internet being bad does not become a thing this fall.
Bad internet is illegal. You're committing a crime. Spectrum is making you commit a crime.
They're making me commit a crime? They're not
Yeah.
committing the crime?
They're committing a crime.
They're implicit in the crime that I'm committing.
Yes.
I really hope it
Tom's
doesn't
just been
become a
having
thing.
internet troubles lately too. He's also with Spectrum. Maybe you guys need to look at a new internet provider.
Spectrum is, first of all, in this state, if you have Spectrum, there are districts, and I'm in a Spectrum district, and I cannot have the competitor, which is Xfinity. And if I was in an Xfinity district, like, it's not even
Just
legal
move
for them
into
to
a new
sell it
house
to
with
me.
all your white person money, and it'll be
Bro.
fine.
I guess that's
I
what
want
I
some white
gotta
person
do.
money.
I gotta move to the Xfinity neighborhood. But yeah, that's kind of, we have the alternative that we have. Whether you're in either of those places, the alternative you have is someone called Frontier, and nobody wants Frontier internet.
I was gonna say I've only ever heard of Frontier through people like saying that they've switched from it.
Yep, that's right. I switched.
What's wrong with Frontier?
They're very bad. I switched from them so that I could stream at all. And look where it's gotten me.
It's gotten you internet famous. I don't know what you're complaining about.
well, right now, for some reason I'm streaming at 8,700 kilobytes per second. I didn't ask for that.
I don't know
I didn't
what
want
means.
that. That's a lie.
But I'm dropping frames because of the internet. Well, anyway, this is better than Frontier, I guess. My options are Frontier, and this is still better, even as we're watching the frames drop. Let me get
Yeah.
up for 1 second. Thank you so much, all of you guys, for coming and talking to me. Thank you so much for talking to me, everyone, all the time.
Yeah, no problem. That'll be 10.95.
Wow,
Get back here.
we weren't supposed to discuss the payment until after, man. Come on.
Tasteless to get into the payment until servitude has been completed.
Need like 2 more mushroom seeds to finish off my Trumite bars.
Wait, what are you doing with mushrooms? Oh, you're making Shroomite bars?
Yeah.
Does anyone know, have Marvel and DC given up? Marvel didn't even put out a movie this year. Not one. They normally put out like 6.
They've got a few in
God, I hope they
planned
give
for
up.
Marvel. They've got like
Yeah?
the new Black Panther. They've got another Guardians of the Galaxy, another Doctor Strange. They've got a bunch of movies planned starting next year.
I was hoping
Yeah.
that
Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi, that's not, Shang Tsung is a different guy.
Shang Tsung is the character in Mortal Kombat. Shang-Chi is a Marvel character.
Really?
Basically the
Yeah.
same thing.
He's a shapeshifter in Marvel? He steals men's souls?
No, you're thinking of Mortal Kombat. You went Mortal Kombat.
I thought maybe all of Hollywood would just collapse after this year. I kind of want that.
Here's
to happen.
hoping.
Is that right? Am I like incorrect? I mean, it seems mean,
It's kind of right.
but I feel like they're doing crap. I feel like
Yeah.
they're making garbage. So
They've been making
that's been
garbage
their
for
MO
years.
for, yeah. I was going to say, it's been like a decade since they started that.
No one wants to go to a theater to watch Tenet and die.
right. What was Tenet about?
It's
I
like
heard that you
Inception,
know.
but
You
more
saw it, right?
pretentious.
Or were you talking about how you did not go to a theater to see Tenet?
I did not go and see it because I didn't want to die.
All right, that's
So,
that's a really a
I've
valid
seen
reason. to
zero
not see a
movies
movie.
in a theater this year because I would like to not die.
Did he make the Batman movies?
Yes, yes. Christopher Nolan made The Dark Knight, Batman Begins, and The Dark Knight Rises. Yes,
And Matthew McConaughey on a spaceship with
Interstellar,
that
yes.
elf lady.
That wasn't Interstellar.
yeah,
Was that Matthew McConaughey?
yes.
Matt Damon was
Okay.
there too.
Matt Damon was
Okay,
also there.
I think I'm thinking of a different space movie because there was like a bunch of them all at the same time.
One time, Matt
There
Damon
were a
has
lot
to
of
grow
movies.
potatoes in Metal Gear Solid
Yeah,
on the moon,
the Martian, Gear Solid.
which oddly enough takes place on the moon. I want to know about if anyone goes to a movie theater. I want to know if they have like plastic barriers set up, or how they're, or if anything, or if
I would be
anything.
very surprised if they didn't have something set up like
If someone
that.
takes the mask off, there should be a guy who comes in with like a cane to like beat you until you put it back on.
We were talking about it, but the movie theaters, when we first like got things opened up and it was actually maybe safe, the movie theaters were only playing stuff from like the 80s.
That's awesome. Oh God, excuse me.
No,
Yeah, I was just about to say, like, I want to go do that.
It wasn't awesome.
No, it wasn't the good stuff. It was like shitty movies.
Shitty movies
Weekend
from
at
the 80s.
Bernie's,
Weekend
a
at Bernie's,
classic.
yes.
Who doesn't love Weekend at Bernie's?
It's my favorite 1 out of 10 film of all time.
There you go. Can't
made
get
a
a better
sequel.
recommendation.
In Weekend at Bernie's 2, there's a magical tune that plays for some reason, or maybe it's just, maybe whenever he hears music, he stands up from the dead and goes walking along. Has no one ever seen Weekend at Bernie's 2? I'm going to tell you what the plot is about.
Go
Why
ahead.
would
I'm not
Okay.
gonna watch it. I don't intend to ever.
Yeah,
see it.
I'm not gonna watch it either. You might as well just tell everyone.
In Weekend
What-
at
what is
Bernie's,
it about?
spoilers. If anyone does not wish to have spoilers for Weekend at Bernie's 2, here we go. In Weekend at Bernie's 2, we join up again with the boys. They still have Bernie's corpse with them. They must have gotten away with whatever the caper was. The first movie wasn't good, but they must have gotten away with the caper and fled with Bernie's body. So they go to an island in the Caribbean where like some villains have buried a treasure. And for some reason, in order to find the treasure, they cast a magic voodoo spell on a dead body. And then when the dead body hears music, it stands up and starts dancing, and it's Bernie. And he's dancing in the direction of the buried treasure. And so it's this whole caper where people are trying to get music to be played around Bernie so that he goes zombieing off in the direction of the, and eventually there's a booby.
Sounds
That's
very
what
Akira Kurosawa-esque.
That's what I remember.
Fucking shit, man.
It's a
I
good
am
movie.
mildly intrigued.
They use
It
voodoo
sounds
in
like I might
Grab,
watch
too.
it and give it a 0.
It's voodoo. He's walking around because of voodoo. Maybe.
Yeah.
I'm
I'll
not
watch
sure
it
if that's
just
a
because the
question,
premise
Pickle.
sounds silly enough to be like
I should watch
possibly
it again.
enjoyable.
You know.
Maybe we'll watch it. It's kind of a Halloween-y kind of voodoo
If you
zombie.
play that in the Discord, I will sue.
You'll-
Favorite
You will hear
Halloween-
constant complaints about it.
I thought you were
Actually,
going to say I'll watch it in that case.
Quick question, semi-related actually.
Yeah.
What is the best Halloween movie that is not a scary movie?
Glitter, starring Mariah Carey.
What's that movie like?
I don't know. I've never watched it, but it looks terrible.
Or it takes
The
place on
commercials
Halloween?
scare me.
I know what the answer is.
Mariah Carey goes and does Mariah Carey things.
On Halloween?
Nope, just her regular life.
Does anyone else have an answer? Because I know the correct one.
Well, I personally like
Just-
the
do you?
Halloween Tree
I
a
was-
lot, but that's a cartoon and kind of dumb.
Halloween Tree.
Yeah, Halloween Tree.
Yeah,
I
gotta
haven't-
carve your name in the Halloween tree.
No, it's actually it's 3 kids and one of their friends is like deathly ill and unable to go for Halloween, and the 3 kids end up like visiting. Think like the Christmas ghost thing. They keep visiting different areas with like what their costumes relate to. So one's dressed as a skeleton, so they go to Cinco de Mayo celebrations, and one's dressed as a gargoyle, so they go to the Notre Dame and learn about gargoyles. But it's just this cool little, and it's stupid as fuck, but it's actually related, I think, to a Shel Silverstein poem
Oh,
or something. There was one of those like
Oh,
those poet dudes is like
well, he wrote
related to
The
it.
Giving Tree. Surely, is it like a
Yeah.
spin-off of the Giving
No,
Jesus?
no, it was actually like its
Vine
own
Tree.
story that was
giving
based-
Jesus.
And the narrator was Leonard Nimoy.
Oh, that's awesome.
Cool.
Has anyone ever seen
Actually, yeah.
The Point?
No.
Anyone have any idea what The Point is?
I have no idea what the point is. I would not be here if I knew what the point was.
Fickle, that doesn't surprise me. The Point, what was his name? Wasn't like, it wasn't like George Nelson. Anyway, it was some dude in the 60s who was a musician, and he wrote an album that was full of stories about this little kid and his, Me and My Arrow. It was like sampled in like a track like 20 fucking years ago.
Yeah, that
Anyway.
track. Yeah, of course.
That one that was sampled. That one.
Now it's all coming together for me.
Anyway, there's an animated movie that is sometimes narrated by Ringo Starr and sometimes narrated by Alan Thicke. And it's this little dude and his dog named Darrow traveling around having terrible animated adventures. Anyway, I have no idea why that came to mind.
Great superhero movie, obviously.
Yeah. No, but does anyone else that movie actually is probably kind of scary.
Yes, one of the best.
Okay. Yeah, no, I'm interested in Toronto's
I would
question
say-
because I know the answer. What did you
Oh,
say, Atheist Man?
I would hazard a guess that it's I can remember Die Hard. There you go.
That's a Christmas movie. Big guess. But you're wrong.
All right, good answer. The answer is, of course, Donnie Darko.
Oh yes. Oh man.
I don't think you're right. I've fallen asleep successfully every time I've watched that movie.
Oh, but
Because Jake Gyllenhaal is so dreamy.
yeah,
Yeah, no.
isn't he?
Okay, everyone has
mean-
different tastes, and I can't stand the man.
You can't stand Jake Gyllenhaal?
Nope.
I like him, but more than that, I love Donnie Darko because like just the whole thing is great. It's exactly what I like
Yeah,
in my media consumption.
it's just one of those.
Hocus Pocus was scary.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, no, it was not. You're incorrect there, Atheist Man.
Are you sure you're not thinking about
I'm
the
sorry
witches?
that none of you were children when you first watched it, but
Nope,
trust
yep,
me,
came out of the-
it's
came out of the
scary.
I came out of the womb a full adult, and I skipped over childhood, so I apologize.
Bubble Boy was terrible, and it's the prequel to Donnie Darko. The Donnie Darko
I was
trilogy.
8 when Hocus Pocus came out. I know I saw it as a kid. So yeah, no, you're just
man.
afraid of stuff that you shouldn't be afraid of there, Atheist Man.
No one's thinking of the witches instead of Hocus Pocus because that movie.
Oh, The Witches
that
was
movie
so
fucking
good.
just-
The
that was
Witches.
But
that's
that
one
one
of
was
that's-
scary.
I got some trauma on that one.
That's what I'm saying. I said no, not scary. The Witches was
Right.
scary
The witches
as
is horrifying ass.
all get out. Oh, and Angelica Houston with that makeup when she takes off her human face and it's just the witch face. Oh, terrifying.
I mean, I read the book before I saw
God.
the movie, so
Every effect in that fucking thing.
it's great.
I never read the book. It was something I wanted to. I think it's from the early 90s, and it's not teenage witches. It's grown-up witches having a convention and eating children.
Yes, Good
Children,
God, yeah.
yum.
It's great.
It's such a
No,
Okay,
not the
I don't
Craft, if that's
understand.
what you're thinking of. The Craft
don't
is a
under-
90s teenage witches movie. They're making a sequel or something.
Sorry, which one?
The Craft?
Oh, okay. I was thinking of for teenage witches. There's what's it called? Like Halloween Town or something? That Disney movie? Like Disney
Halloween
TV
Town.
movie?
Um,
Yeah, I don't remember 100%. I'll look it up.
like the place where The Nightmare Before Christmas? Halloween Town?
No,
Place
it was
where
it
there
was a
was a
live
nightmare
action
before
movie, and
Christmas.
it was like this girl and her grandmother or her I think it was her grandmother was a witch and her mom wasn't, and she ended up taking after her grandma, and it was cheesy as all get out. It was some Disney TV movie.
Oh.
Disney
Sabrina, the
TV
Teenage
movies
Witch?
are dark magic.
No, it's actually called Halloween Town. They had a bunch of them. There was like 8 of them.
Oh yeah. Ugh,
They had a bunch of them?
that one. Okay,
Yeah, like they
I
had
don't-
just a bunch of sequels.
I don't understand how you could be scared of the witches and not of what was the other one we were talking
Hocus
about?
Pocus?
Yeah, Hocus Pocus.
You know,
I don't understand how you could be afraid of Hocus Pocus, but not the witches.
when you look at those women in Hocus Pocus, which is all I've seen, Bette Midler at the very least looks just as scary as those terrible witches in the other witches movie.
Right.
But
I don't know
I
what-
do not
But that's
feel that
just-
way.
That's just her constant. Like, there's no like face melting thing to. It's just who she is all the time.
The
And I'm
actual
like,
face
no,
melting
thank
might
you.
be what did it. The actual, but like, to my understanding, the context of Hocus Pocus is very light. I don't
Sure.
think the story or the material in The Witches is light at all. I think it's extremely dark.
Yeah, like I mean,
They're like eating
the-
kids and shit.
Hocus
It's
Pocus was
dark
basically just they
presented in
wanted
a
to.
light way.
Hocus Pocus
Okay,
was wanting to eat
okay.
kids too, though. That's the thing. Like they both had children eating aspects. It's just in Hocus Pocus it felt very insular, whereas with Witches it felt like it was a worldwide thing. It actually felt realistic, more so.
Yeah, there's
you
a
know?
whole there's a whole network of witches eating children. Welcome to October. Let's talk about your favorite child eating media.
That were all defeated by one child.
All
Oh
of
man,
them,
so
huh?
many.
Was there some kind of like Borg central network of witches that he took out?
That whole convention. He killed every witch at that convention. They're all dead.
Oh, and
It's
they
done.
were all the ones from all over the country?
It was every witch. Theoretically, that was the idea.
He murdered them? He ended all of their lives?
Yeah, he was an asshole kid.
Yes.
He was a mouse, as I recall.
He
That
was
yes.
turned
kid
into
is
a
a
mouse.
serial killer.
Mouse serial killer.
Now, see, if you were scared of the kid, I would totally understand. But those witches were comically bad at everything they did. Like, I get the face
Did he-
melting was like kind of a gross out factor, but then after that, it's just nonstop silliness from the witches.
It was also the way though with like in the witches itself, it was the way that they were up close and personal with the kid before they turned him into the mouse.
They
is
were
part of it
so
too. Like,
creepy with
Yeah.
him.
they
Yeah.
did the angled shots that are indicative of horror, hardcore. Like that whole scene was traumatizing.
That's fair.
I didn't like the little girl that they put into a painting.
Yeah, no, there's.
I thought about that little girl forever. I still think about that fucking painting. I don't like looking at a painting and it changing.
Well, now I know what I'm doing this weekend. I'm gonna have to rewatch The Witches because it's been forever.
Do you have any irrational fears? Like looking at a
I
painting.
we could do
and
that for our movie
changing?
night.
What, The
Well, I'd-
Witches?
I'd
Yeah,
camp
I would.
that.
I would
Hey.
absolutely watch The Witches. Yeah, I feel like
Oh,
it
yeah.
was on something. I don't know if it's on Amazon or something, but I feel like, well, anyway, we could get a hold of it. I would absolutely be down for that.
Irrational fears for me would just be probably either losing my mind or needles.
Noodles.
Needles. I do not like needles. I have a severe phobia of them.
They're awful.
Yes.
As I have repeated over and over again lately, I really hate, even down to the very idea of it, I hate the ocean. I just wish there was not an ocean. Yeah, The Witch's rules, Fickle.
The Witches
Is
is
it just like
currently
the
like
size?
$5 on Netflix. That's right, on Amazon for me to buy on their streaming service.
Oh,
Part
nice.
of it is definitely the size of it. It's so
So it's
huge,
not just like,
and there's things in there.
yeah.
If I was ever in the middle of the ocean, I would drop dead of a heart attack.
We know more about local space than we do about the ocean.
That's crazy. I hope there's a big monster in there.
There is almost certainly at least several big monsters in there.
Wow. I heard
Mhm.
that there was a shark that was like 600 years old. How do they know
Conceivable.
that?
Sounds about right. They counted its trunks.
They checked its ID, obviously.
They carded it when it went to a bar.
They counted its trunks like the
I
'cause
meant
I
the
feel
rings
I
like
feel
in a
like where
tree.
you're
They just
going-
cut
yeah,
it in
okay,
half.
Yeah. I thought you were going like the rings in the trunk of a tree, but I'm of course picturing a shark with 600 elephant trunks.
They have to kill one a year, didn't you know?
I guess I don't know very much about sharks.
You see, sharks have claspers, which are extensions of the pelvic fin that help them channel semen.
Thanks.
Tell us
I
about it,
appreciate
Jeremy
that.
Jowls.
Yeah, I said that on stream once.
It helps them channel semen.
Yes, they need to channel like they're like
Otherwise, it
races
would
in
just
Avatar: The Last Airbender.
go
The
around.
semen channeling race.
Oh, like channeling, like wah wah wah, like that, like channeling,
Exactly. Yes, just like that.
channeling semen.
I don't know what's happened, but I feel like this conversation has fallen apart. Someplace.
You know, like when you have to cast.
Was it
a
ever
spell,
together?
But like while you're casting it, it can get interrupted because you're like doing a little dance. That's how sharks have to impregnate one another. If they get interrupted, the channel gets broken.
This
That
is
sounds
why
like some
sharks are
midnight
superheroes.
gospel shit.
I liked that show a lot. Yo,
It was great.
Toronto and Chaos. I gotta recommend. Do you guys watch cartoons sometimes?
Sometimes.
You know that dude that made The Bravest Warriors and Adventure Time?
Pendleton
I do
Ward.
not like Adventure Time.
Pendleton Ward.
You might like The Midnight Gospel anyway. It's on Netflix and it's ridiculously chill and it's just
Midnight-
people talking about taking drugs.
Yeah, Midnight Gospel is like watching an acid trip and listening to Kuya talk to people.
Wow.
That was the response that we needed to that.
I'm
that
not
description.
sure. I don't know how I feel
Background there.
about that comment.
If someone said that about me, I would feel personally attacked.
I feel kind of awesome.
I liked it, okay?
I
I'm
like that
sorry.
show. I hope not every. I understand that some people. I feel like some people do feel like they're on acid when they have to talk to me. I feel like this week I had a whole series of miscommunications. I don't like some. I feel like it's like the thing I mentioned about the werewolves. Except I feel like everything. Except I feel like I have like a hidden werewolf in my speech patterns, so that everyone that I talk to. I'm doing it right now. This is gonna be terrible. None of you are gonna have any, none of you have any idea what I'm saying right now. do you?
I was lost the second you said you had a werewolf inside of you.
Hey,
My
Coy,
mind
I've
had
got
to
an
tune
idea.
it out
Maybe
to
you should go
protect
smoke
myself.
pot.
What's that, Toronto?
I said maybe you should go smoke some more pot.
Maybe I will. And watch The Witches.
Maybe he will. We can't stop him.
We
No
wouldn't,
one can.
we wouldn't dream of stopping him.
No one can stop him but him.
Fool's errand.
I should. I mean, it's gotten to the point where I'm smoking a lot again, and I would like to.
Hmm.
I would like to smoke less so that I can
Define
focus
a
more.
lot for you.
Right now, a lot is like. I probably smoked like. I don't know, probably like a half ounce last month, which is like what I was doing was like way more than that. So
So
I guess really to put it in more in more like approachable terms, I would say that for me, smoking a lot is smoking like 2 to 3 times in the afternoon. Smoking way too much is like when I get up in the morning and smoke. But what if I'm not getting up at all? But also like things like
Just stay in bed and smoke.
things
and
like
you'll be
getting
fine.
up in the middle of the night and smoking, staying in bed and smoking. When it starts continuing, when it goes past like 2 or 3 times in the afternoon, and I start doing shit like that, that's when it's smoking a lot.
That's fair.
Super fair.
Chaos and Toronto, do you have any predictions for season 2 of The Boys? Is there anything you think or that you want to see happen?
Well, I know that there's a new superhero chick person, but I don't know who she is or how she relates to anything. That got spoiled by just the ads on Twitch, trying to like watch people stream,
sure.
you know?
Yep.
But yeah, I don't know anything about her other than that she dresses in black and some new hero. Maybe.
Hero goes in quotation marks, naturally.
Ooh. Oh
So-
my god.
Are there
With
any real
superpowers.
heroes anymore?
Not on that show. Everyone on that show is a villain.
Yeah, and really, we're just along for the ride through Nebushi guy's eyes. I don't remember his name. He's irrelevant.
I like,
but
yeah, he's
sort
one of
our
those main
stand-in.
characters that's the least important character. I like Frenchie.
He's Rorschach.
Yeah, Frenchie was pretty cool.
No, he's like, the main character is like totally, he might as well be a mannequin. He's very bland, and he's
yeah,
just
okay.
one of those
Yeah,
guys.
mannequin Mandy.
The main guy's name is Huey.
Huey,
Yes, Huey.
that's his name, yeah. So he's,
And
he's
his
a total
brothers Huey and Louie.
Yeah, Huey and Louie and Dewey are there.
Primary defining characteristics is that he's easy to push around. That's awesome.
He's a
His
real
father's
good
pretty
boy.
cool, though. I mean, it's Simon Pegg playing the dad, so. And
Yeah.
if you didn't know Simon Pegg was like not at all American, his accent is scary good.
I do want to rewatch season 1 of The Boys.
We should
I
do
wanna
that as
watch
movie night instead.
Season
And
instead
just
of
make
The
people
Witches.
watch it. No, like in general, like we should make people watch it by just streaming it on Discord.
All right, I want to watch all these shows. Yeah, I want to rewatch both of these season 1s. So, are there times that are good for you, Toronto? Well, maybe you can watch with us, Fickle. At
It's
some
about
point.
50-50. Asking me the day of is usually the easiest way to know if I've actually got the time.
Okay. I've been trying to do things in the evenings with people, either playing games and recording commentary and stuff, or like doing anime clubs type stuff. So I'm like, this is what I want. This is what I'm doing Friday nights. We usually have anime on Wednesday, sometimes on Sunday, and then see what's going on Saturday. And then Tuesday and Thursday would be dates that I would either be trying to record stuff or talk to people, or we could do some other type of movie night other than anime, like superhero TV show, or The Witches, or Halloween movies.
I
Yeah.
think Halloween movies would rock right now, but Wednesday nights is no good, straight up.
Okay, well that's good because that's when we'll be watching anime. I'm gonna pet the kitty, but please,
I would say
I'll
like
be right back.
weekends
Please,
probably
please
would be
entertain
good.
yourselves
Yeah.
while I pet the kitty. Thanks,
Like
Felix.
the job
Weekends
has
are good for like
Monday to
movies.
Friday, so it's hard to do anything else because like I'm working basically. I start at like 8 o'clock or whatever I can get my ass out of bed, and then I keep going until whenever the work is
Mhm.
done. So it's like 7, 8 o'clock at night quite often, you know.
Yeah, that's just not. But
Hey, I
Like,
get paid for it. I
I've-
can't complain too much.
right. But that's why like Wednesday is better for like single episode things where it's like you can't, like, if you join in the middle of it, it's probably at the start of an episode, versus if you join in the middle of a movie night, like you're in the middle of the movie and you have no idea what's going on and no
Yeah.
chance to catch up.
In defense of that idea, I very rarely have any idea what's going on.
I didn't know you ever had an idea of what was going on.
Him.
Love you.
Uh,
Got him. Got his ass.
I get his ass quite frequently.
Get it again right now.
I'd have to get up and go to another room, and I'm currently cleaning a train station. I'd rather not.
She'll get him
Why
eventually.
Is he not in the same room as you?
Well, we moved, and now he's got his office, and I've got mine, and I don't have to look at him.
Really for the best.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, sharing
No, it-
offices with your spouse? Nah. Hard nah.
After the old place, I'm very glad we have separate spaces now. The old place was a 1-bedroom apartment, and it was our main living area had both our desks, plus the couch, plus the dining room table, plus the bookcases, plus the kitchen. Like, it was just this crowded space, and we were basically sitting on top of each other to be able to do anything on our computers. Whereas now I have a place I can actually do it and not have to like try and climb over him to get to the computer.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's not that I don't love the guy; it's just that I want my space.
It's very nice to have space. It's very awful to not have it.
Well, and like you got to see it the most, Quay, where it's like we'd have to actually full out have one of our mics like just muted
Yeah,
because we came through. We were so close to each other, like we only needed one mic to communicate with anyone else.
there were concerns of them colluding during Zelda bingo games.
Yeah, no, it's a definite real possibility with what we had. Remember when we did the tournament?
With the reindeers?
The race. Yeah, and we had a race against each other, and it was actually like, how are we going to do this to be able to not have like us end up seeing each other and what we're doing and all that?
Was one
It was-
of you
it's a-
like
a
under
real
a
concern.
blanket?
I think we ended up just having like honor system and just hope that we didn't screw it
Yeah.
up type thing. Chaos, do you remember what it was?
No, I don't remember nothing about nothing.
Because you're useless.
I agree with
Let's go with
Chaos.
yeah.
I think it's great to not remember nothing about nothing. If a genie offered me a wish, I would ask him to wipe my memory completely.
I would never wish that.
Gone. Drop me off naked on a beach somewhere.
I mean, I've watched too many movies that I want to remember. I can't. Can't wipe the hard drive clean.
Yo, but you would get to watch them again with fresh eyes.
I don't really, maybe this is a hot take. I don't really value watching something the first time as highly as other people.
Okay.
I want to come revisit it and get more out of it. So having my memory wiped would just mean I had to start from the beginning.
That makes
And I
sense.
don't want that.
You know, I've talked about that with a lot of people, and most people are like, yeah. Most people have something they would like to watch or, do or re-experience for the first time. And I think that's like, I think it's even common to be like, oh man, I wish I had never seen that. And I'm having so much fun playing these games I've never played before.
Star Wars Halloween, Star Wars Christmas special I could have done without. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, you wish you had never seen that,
God.
but not because you want to see it again. But do you think that if
Because
you
I
had never...
haven't seen it like 4 times and subjected dozens of people to it.
You watch the shittiest of shit. You really do.
I used to host Bad Movie Night with some frequency and very deliberately put the worst things we could find in front of as many people as possible and laugh and eat pierogies and chicken.
Oh, the best part about that is the pierogies.
Probably he was in an area that would have been like homemade, people who know what the fuck they're doing type pierogies rather than frozen store bought.
Frozen store-bought pierogies are pretty great.
Well, I'm not
But
faulting them,
handmade by a
but
Ukrainian
so-
grandma. is
oh
superior.
man, like not even comparable level of just oh man.
I would like to buy some pierogies and eat them. Are there is there like a pierogi restaurant in my area?
That's a very stoner question.
There are many restaurants
Really
that
is.
will serve pierogies. I would find it unlikely you have one that specializes in it.
I've only had a frozen pierogi. I've only had pierogi someone cooked in the kitchen in a frying pan, It's National Pierogi Day on October 8th. That's soon.
Well, I guess on October 8th, you're gonna have to go
Ooh.
find a pierogi
I'm
restaurant
gonna
and
go
get pierogies.
seek out the pierogi, the underground pierogi stand, like in Night in the Woods.
Make sure when you do it that you get them like fully done, like the fully loaded version with the bacon and the sour cream and the onion and the.
I will take it without the sour cream, thank you.
If it's a dairy issue, they have dairy-free sour cream. If it's because you don't like sour cream, well, I can't help you then.
Yo, what's up, Ed Rocket?
Nobody can help me now.
Everyone now it's fucked. I'm gonna pet the kitty again. I don't know how I feel about sour cream. I like sometimes I'm okay with it, but in general I think I don't need it.
I can just give you his address. I've got it right next to me if you want Chaos to double check if they're actually in his area.
So yeah, I found several Polish restaurants scattered
Nice.
across New England.
My thing is with sour cream, like there are times when I like it, but it's a very situational thing to have. It does not go with everything, like some people seem to think.
What do you like it with? What's a good sour cream thing for you to eat?
Mashed potatoes.
Sour cream goes in the making of mashed potatoes, maybe, but I wouldn't eat it on top of my mashed potatoes.
Yeah. It also
Yeah.
goes, I think it goes in muffins. Something goes in muffins. I think it's,
Sour cream can substitute for the butter/margarine fat content.
yes. Yeah.
in recipes.
Yeah, that's what we use it
No.
for.
No,
Yeah.
thanks.
It's interesting in cookies. Definitely interesting in cookies.
It actually surprisingly
Never
works well
had
with
it in
eggs,
cookies,
doing
but,
like
like-
an scrambled eggs or omelet. It actually
Mm.
is surprisingly good.
My thing is I like it best when the taste is like very subdued by the strength of the other tastes.
Fair enough. I personally I only use it really with pierogies and like nachos. I like it on my nachos a lot, and I like it on my pierogies. But those are the main things.
I will have it on nachos, but not if I also have bacon on the nachos.
Yeah, see, I'm really picky on my bacon, and so I don't use bacon on much.
Not nachos.
It's not on the nachos. I will not put bacon on my nachos. Don't even think you can get away with that garbage.
I think we got the stuff for nachos anyway.
I like bacon with most things.
He's a
Okay,
big
Speaking
old
of
bacon
people
boy.
thinking things go with everything. Yeah.
Yeah, no, bacon does not go with
Speaking of
everything.
people
Bacon
liking
does-
things on everything, though. Yes. I like steak sauce, A1 steak sauce on everything.
Yeah, I could get that one. That stuff's pretty good.
People always find it weird, like, so I have it on my burgers, and people are like, why would you put it on your burger? I'm like, really? Like, it's not that bad. And then I put it on my ice cream, and people are like, wait a second.
Well, that one doesn't make much sense. The ice cream is
Yeah, that's a
bacon.
crime. I'm calling the police. Thank you, Atheist Man, for coming clean about that.
That being said, ketchup goes on fucking everything. Like I don't.
Oh, you're putting
Fight me.
ketchup on ice cream?
No,
A1
Atheist Man
sauce.
say A1 sauce on ice cream.
No. No.
Doubled into
you're-
No!
So I won't put it. I don't put it on like the chocolate fudge ice cream. I put
Oh,
it
good.
in vanilla ice cream. It's like
Okay.
it's like
No.
dipping your French fries in barbecue
It's
sauce. and
not.
then
You're
dipping it in
you're
your sauce.
lying.
No,
You're
you're
lying to
wrong.
us
I'm
right
gonna-
now.
I'm
You are
gonna do it.
incredibly wrong. I
I'm
don't
gonna
care.
try it. I'm gonna do it.
Koya, stop.
Thank
We've had
you.
this talk before.
Look at the baby
You can't
kitty.
eat everything because you heard it in a video call. You can't do that.
Stop being stoned and thinking about food. It makes you make bad choices.
Oh my god, I'm gonna cook those fucking French fries.
No, you
No,
shouldn't.
the fuck you are.
Fries,
So,
I am.
so do,
I'm not
do
gonna.
none of you?
I'm not
do
gonna.
none of you?
I'm not gonna dip them in ice cream and barbecue sauce.
Do not turn the oven on while you are high, Guya. Just don't. Just don't.
No,
a bad
no
idea.
cooking at all. I don't
Oh.
like.
Recommend again.
You're banned.
Not very with very low frequency. Have I ever just like thrown everything in the fridge into a
Like
pot?
microwave is fine because you can't burn your house down. But
Oh, I
avoid
can burn
using-
the house down with the microwave very handily.
I'm
I
sure
imagine.
you could.
If
but
I
it would
if you
take
if that's a
some doing.
challenge, I think
It's not a challenge. Don't take it as a challenge. We're not challenging you to burn your house down with a microwave.
Corey, I'd like you to still have a home, despite what you might think. We like you having a place to live.
Oh, thank you. That's awesome of you.
I mean,
So don't turn
it's
the oven
pretty
on.
easy to light things on fire. It's pretty easy to light things on fire with a microwave. You just throw foil in, run it
Yeah.
until it explodes.
Pop-Tart
I
wrapper.
did that when I was younger. I was on a construction site, and I went to go make lunch, and was just
Oh.
exhausted. And so I had like a soup in a metal thermos, and I was like, "Oh, it's a bit cold. I'm gonna go heat it up." With the spoon in the soup, put the whole thing in the microwave, and then the sparks happened.
Wow. Was the microwave destroyed?
No, actually, I caught it pretty quickly, but it sounds like popcorn, is what it sounds like. And yeah, I just had no clue what was going
I've
on
always
for me
been
because I was half asleep.
terrified. Always been terrified I would accidentally put a fork in the microwave and blow up the house.
See, I'd kind of like to do that, like out on my porch, just like buy a really shitty $10 microwave and just like throw a fork in there that I don't want anymore,
Yeah.
Put it on high for, just to watch it blow up.
intentionally blow up the microwave.
That sounds like
That's
some
one thing.
jackass shit.
I've watched a lot of Jackass in my life.
I'm gonna
Yeah, I
start
can tell.
bringing up
I can
things
very
you
much
shouldn't
tell
do
that you
then,
watch
because I've
Jackass.
got quite a list. Being a youth scout leader,
He cut out because I think he took his finger off the mic, the button, because we've been on push talk. But yeah, he's saying like as a scout leader, you learn a lot of shit not to do.
Like throwing forks in microwaves.
forks in microwaves.
Are there a
wouldn't
lot of
keep-
microwaves in the wilderness?
Actually, you'd be surprised. They get these cabins that they stay at a lot.
Yeah.
So there's usually like some form of not just a campfire for cooking.
I handle the 8 to 10-year-old bracket, so for the winter camping especially, I need to have a shelter available. And if I have to rent a shelter, we're using the frigging shelter.
Good.
Yeah, he doesn't like having to use the shelter, but it's safer for all parties involved. And like he said, that's a requirement.
Frankly, a lot of helicopter parents are like, "Oh, you're going to be in a cabin." Oh,
They
And
like-
I'm
they like
"God,
hearing that?"
Seriously,
Mhm.
no, they don't like hearing that. They're wondering
Oh.
why I'm putting their kids up in a hotel at the price we're charging, and I'm like, I don't know.
That's
what
why
planet
it costs
it's
so
from.
much.
We're charging $30 a head. How the frig do you think we're putting them up in a hotel?
Yeah.
Yeah, people are dumb.
People are pretty dumb. I think they're kind of cool. I'm starting to warm up to the idea.
Yeah,
of
I've been
people-
over people since like 2002.
Yeah, just completely over them. Like no more people. People are over with. Fuck
Yeah,
'em.
they're done.
Yeah. I feel
Get
like
them out.
I'm trying. Some days I feel like that. In fact, most of the time, that's why I try not to. I feel like whenever I find myself, sort of steering in one sort of direction of thought, I try not to steer too hard. But yeah, I have often said that people are very bad and they gotta go. Get rid of people. Language first, and then all human institutions, and then people, and then the earth and the sun and the moon.
That's not quite the order it's going to happen in, but
You
sure.
don't think that's the order it goes in? But I
mean,
don't know.
we need to work on the robots and then language.
Robots first. Robots gotta go, and then language. I would be fine if no robot would speak language. I got a problem with machines that use the word I. Hey, my tiny kitten.
I'm having trouble wrapping my head around what your issue with language is, to be honest.
It's a virus. That's the problem.
It's a virus. Someone starts doing it, and then other people start doing it, and their brains solidify into like this maze of pathways based on these made up magical words that end up carving themselves into your mind. And I feel like every disagreement and every miscommunication has to do with language and different people interpreting it differently. And we're definitely doing something wrong, right? Like, can you agree that just as a race, as a people, we're doing something wrong? And if you trace it back as far as you can go,
I can
language
see
certainly is part of the problem.
I can certainly see where Americans would come to that conclusion.
You think that?
Can I say that out loud?
Language has
Is that
failed
allowed?
Americans.
No, I think civilization has failed Americans.
I think Americans failed at civilization.
I think
It's-
Americans have failed Americans.
Yeah, that's actually
It's-
sadly the
There's
actual
just a
truth.
series
Americans-
of unfortunate events.
A series of unfortunate events has played out
Americans accidentally played Gandhi.
here. Yeah. You become too peaceful and then you and then you loop over the side like Pac-Man and send a nuclear strike.
And you just start sending nukes at everyone. Yeah.
Soon, TM. You gotta use them, otherwise they'll go bad.
Yeah, can you believe that there's like a bajillion nuclear weapons lying around? That's not to
Only a
think about it.
bajillion.
There's so many that we've all just sort of agreed not to use. We're so
If we make a
doomed.
better weapon, then if we make an even better weapon, then people will definitely never attack us in the slightest way.
Yeah.
Just gotta keep doing
Just
it.
gotta
Arms
keep
race
making
isn't over
the
yet,
best
right?
one. Well, that's very grim. The Boys is cool. Maybe
The
we'll all
Boys is
watch.
far less grim.
Maybe we'll. It's pretty fucking grim. There's a lot of guts.
It's
There's a lot
less
of guts
grim.
in that show. There's a lot of people
Yes.
blowing up in that show, and sea
I'm glad.
creatures blowing up left and right.
I'm glad that Fickle got that kind of reference-ish that I was making. Gotta learn to love the bomb.
Yeah. Yeah.
Vast
So I mean,
underground
that's
mines.
if anyone has anything else to say, the floor is open. But thank all of you for joining me, and we'll be doing. I'm gonna, we'll see what goes on. I'm gonna try to put things together for Friday nights, and I'll keep trying to talk to people and see what kind of let's play video game stuff we end up making, and let's do some stuff, everyone. Let's make some content together.
Gotta get that premium content.
I honestly feel bad that I honestly
Oh,
feel
yeah.
like I should. I was very tired as well as being super high tonight, but I do feel like I've been extra high lately, and maybe I'll be less high soon. Look at my
Maybe.
kitten.
Maybe.
Look at my tiny kitten.
That is a very tiny
Oh,
kid.
she's so
Cat.
good. She's the most snuggly
She's
kitten.
too cute.
Too precious.
Anything else? I think shows that kind of fall into the sort of modern edgelord comic book thing would definitely be Preacher, maybe American Gods. First season was good. Actually, Preacher, I also feel like the first season was good. I'm not sure what happened with the second season.
We still haven't
HBO's
finished
Watchmen.
watching season 1 of American Gods. We're still like midway through that.
Season 1 of American Gods is really cool. Not based on a comic, but it's still, I don't know.
No, it's based off the book.
It's based off of a novel, yeah.
Yeah, Neil Gaiman.
I was gonna say,
we've got it
I
downstairs.
kind of want to watch that.
Season 1 is very, very cool. It's got Gillian Anderson in it and Crispin Glover and lots of cool shit.
Yeah. No, everyone we know who's watched it has said like season 1 is really good, and then it goes downhill for season 2.
Yeah, I feel like Preacher's like that, but it just lost my attention, so I can't confirm it.
I don't
I don't know about.
How do you make a season?
I've asked myself
How do you make
that
a
very
season
question
2 of-
several times about things that then had a season 2.
Of what, though? Something in particular?
Off the
Of
top
American
of my
Gods?
head,
Oh. I mean, was the season 1 the whole novel?
not even close.
Oh.
I can't even imagine how they would extend it out beyond a season. They made a fucking
Aw.
movie of it.
Of
It fits
American
into an
Gods?
hour and a half. How do you make?
Wait, did they?
Yeah, didn't they? I thought they did.
No.
Might have been something else.
Are you thinking of Good Omens or
Well, that was-
Stardust?
that
Oh, they
was
made
also-
Good Omens. Good Omens
well,
was a
Good Omens
series.
was also a series,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Good Omens was a mini series. Stardust was the one that got turned into a movie that was also by Neil Gaiman.
Which was weird as hell.
American Gods 2017. That was a movie, right? Am I crazy? I'm
American
crazy.
You are
Gods-
crazy.
Probably
You
think
chose
so.
the show.
2017
Yeah,
is the TV
that's weird.
series. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's got that one shitty old man. Oh, and that other shitty old man.
Yeah, that
Uh,
shitty old man. That one specifically.
Yeah. It's got Peter. Is it Peter Stormare? that a guy?
Stormare.
Yeah.
Stormare. It's got
Shitty old
that,
man.
that shitty old man and the shitty old man from Hot Shot. Hot Rod. Who has seen Hot Rod with
Hot.
I
who's
don't
that
even
guy?
know what you're
Andy
talking
Samberg.
Nope.
Hot Rod is
Oh,
a
man.
gem. Hot Rod is a great film. Sandman series. I thought they were making a Sandman movie at some point. There was talk about Sandman stuff happening.
I have a distinct recollection of something going on. with
Yeah,
Sandman
I have a
in the
distinct. There
near-ish
was some
future.
discussion of Sandman stuff. I almost
Something
feel
with
like
sand and men going on.
something going on with Sand and Men. I almost feel like they might have even. Yeah, but then DC, and also this past year. So who knows?
Half sand, half man. All threat.
That reminds me of Secret of Mana. Take a rabbite and a man, and you have rabbite man.
Oh my.
I'm gonna have to play Secret of Mana again.
No.
You've got the Switch, and they've
Nah.
got that kind of mana that you may want to look into if that's actually a thing of interest for you.
The what's the
The
new
package
one?
of all three of them, yeah.
Yeah,
what's-
Chaos. I got that for Chaos last year or something. I don't know. I got it from a while ago, and he got a big kick out of it. So
Are two of the games the same game? One's a remake, and
No.
what's on the
Uh,
collection?
Definitive no.
On the Switch, yes, kind of. The Trials of Mana,
Yeah,
they did a remake of that,
right.
and that's also Seiken Densetsu 3. So
So what's on the collection?
it's Secret of Mana, Trials of Mana, and like some super old game that I don't even know. I don't know.
That's not Second Densetsu 3?
It might be. I don't know what this.
Well, no, they have. Trials of Mana is Seiken Densetsu 3. It's so it has the remake of Final Fantasy Adventure, which was the original Seiken Densetsu. Final Fantasy Adventure was the Game Boy one, and then they remade it for a GBA, I think.
Yeah. It's very convoluted. I know this is one of those series that's just all over the place.
Yeah, because it was released like 7 times in the US, and
Yeah.
then like because they weren't sure like how much people would like it one way or another, and then
I feel like
Like,
Mystic
the
Quest was
original
originally related to Second Densetsu
Mystic-
or whatever.
it was a Final Fantasy through and through. It was, hey, Americans are dumb and won't like actual Final Fantasy, so we're gonna give them this. That was Mystic
That's the
Quest.
straight up origin of it. I feel like
Yes.
it came. I feel like it was that, but they took. I feel like it was another game first, and then they were like, "Let's make this into Final Fantasy USA." I don't know. I
It
don't
might
know
be that
how-
too.
I don't know. Right
That's
now, I don't know
possible.
anything. Right now, it is very. Right now, it is very real. It is a very real state of affairs that it is Friday night for me at the end of the day, a long day and a long week.
Yeah.
Maybe next week won't be dumb. This week was a dumb one. I was saying today that
Yeah,
I
this
think
week
that, like,
3 out of 10.
was it a 3 out of a 10? Yeah, I feel like the whole week had bad karma. The fucking ley lines got crossed or some shit.
I require ice cream.
I have not had any ice cream. I've got frozen pizza.
I've got dairy.
I've been having
free ice
eggnog,
cream
so I'm
downstairs
happy.
that I can have now and not poop. So that's
That's
nice.
awesome. Eating ice cream and not pooping is great. My poops have not been good this week. Like everything, like on a biological level, I've been a little bit out of sorts. Yeah, 3 out of 10. I think I can agree with on this week. Next week, hopefully better than that. I always sort of say like, when I'm having a good week, I'm always like, wow, a lot of the weeks have been good. And then when I'm having a dumb week, I'm like, yeah, well, it seems like all the weeks have been shitty. Do you find that is that a truism? Do we only see the good things when we're feeling good and only see the negative things when we're feeling shitty?
Probably.
What's wrong
Yeah.
with people's minds?
Oh, so much.
A lot.
Yeah.
Humans are broad strokes defective at thinking.
Humans are broad strokes defective. Leave it at that.
Do you think and you don't think language has caused? Do you think thinking in words all day is good for us? I think it's part of the problem. For like, I'm only half kidding.
I don't know if it's good for us, but it's my thing that I like doing.
Oh, okay. If
Yeah.
you
It's
can
my
do
drug
it.
of choice.
We're definitely like this far into it. Might as well keep doing it.
I don't
I
wanna tell
suppose the
anyone-
question would then be, what are you proposing to replace language with?
A series
like,
of
as our-
Cheese
emotes,
nips.
like in World of Warcraft, like praise the
So
sun.
emojis.
Emoticons.
Yeah.
Well, if you will have your way, if modern civilization is any indicator.
And that's, I mean, and I don't want to be on
Yeah.
the side of the direction modern civilization is going. But maybe I am. What if I was on everyone's side all along? Yeah.
That sounds like some imposter shit. I was on everyone's side. Don't vote me out. I've done nothing wrong.
I guess I really should
I don't
play
even know
that
what the
game.
electrical room looks like.
I was an electrical man.
We're gonna have to do some. We're gonna have to do
What's
some
the
multi
bet?
streams, and I will get that game.
Sorry,
Right,
what
we
was
should all
that?
play
Glenn?
Among Us.
I will get it. I will get Among Us. I will play with you guys. That's what I was saying.
You should.
be
I've
sure to
got
kill
the.
you
You're on the
first.
Discord channel and
You were gonna
everything, and
kill
we
me
can all
first.
just chill.
I kill
Hell
everybody
yeah.
first.
We
as
always
not
kill
the
chaos
imposter.
first.
Sauce chaos out.
My primary
Everyone.
objective
Doesn't matter
is to
if
get
you-
people thrown into space. I'm not trying to win.
You're just happy as long as someone's getting sent into space.
Space.
Have to get to space.
That's exactly what the issue is.
Oh, that doesn't sound like an issue to me. That just sounds like chaos.
Woo!
Thanks for joining me, guys.
Yeah, thank us
was
too.
fun.
We are pretty great.
Yeah.
You don't deserve us.
I don't.
too-
I really don't.
Yeah,
You
we're really
guys are
too great.
awesome. It's awesome hanging out with you guys. Let's do a couple things this week. I gotta
Sounds
get in
like a
touch.
You
with
can always just hit up if you want to do Among Us. I mean,
Oh.
Chaos and I do it basically every night
I
because
do
I have a
wanna-
problem.
I do want to do that, but I also want to do Hero Quest.
Yeah, you need to let me know when we're doing that.
Would a Tuesday or a Thursday be agreeable?
So Tuesday through Thursday, I've got a friend of mine who goes to school in the big city, and she uses our place as like a closer because
Sure.
it's half an hour from here, and it's 2 hours from her place. So no, Tuesdays through Thursdays, I'd like to be able to spend the time with my friend.
Maybe Sunday afternoon, something like that.
That's usually a bit better unless it's the first or mid-month.
We're gonna see what happens. We'll figure it out. Is
We're gonna
anyone
figure out this
streaming?
puzzle.
You're figuring out this Hero Quest puzzle. This puzzle of how everyone I know. Really, what I really want is to figure out how we can all hang out with each other the most and have the most fun and a nice time together as friends. You
Have
know,
a nice time playing Among Us. Or
Step
you
guys
will
just
hear someone
throwing
scream
each
at the
other
top of
into
their
space.
lungs. They'll be like, I'm not the imposters. You're all going to look like idiots, killing me. If you strike me down now, I will only come back twice as strong.
Oh, I'm sorry, Toronto. She's so snuggly at night. She hates me during the day.
Yeah.
That's
Discord
Cass in a
crashes like
nutshell.
it's
Discord
Discord
loves
really
to
likes to
crash.
love it. Discord's always on a sugar high,
Everything
always
we
coming down.
use- Always coming down from a sugar high. Everything we use is always being a pain in the ass. Oh, we got a Ridley.
Yeah, man.
Ridley's drinking and tightening.
Yeah.
Midori is also
Yeah.
drinking and tightening. Tightening. Let's go
Ooh,
see one of them. Let's go
see
see
them tighten
Ridley the
with each
Monster.
other.
Everyone, really, thank you so much. That was People Still Talk. Like I've always said, I intend to hopefully get more videos and do my little stupid things and stuff. But if I don't have anything planned, and we're just gonna wing it. What planning shit is over with. I'll try to get people
No
to come
more
on.
plans.
Yeah,
Just things.
just things.